Good morning to everyone. Today we are going to deliver a presentation with topic Effect of Cyberbullying. Let me introduce my group member. First is Muhammad Hazim. Second, Wan Shah Fikri. And last one, me, Yap Jackson. Okay, we are going to 3-point thesis statement. Victims experience a lack of acceptance in the peer groups, which result in loneliness and social isolation. Social withdrawal is likely to lead to self-esteem and mental disorder, increased risk of depression and suicidal ideation. The rise of technology has eased everyone to stay in touch with family members and friends to update latest news. Cell phone has become a necessity in daily life, access to internet connection. Social media such as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram are accessible by anyone. It is free of charge and easy to be used. However, there are some irresponsible people misuse the goodness of technology for the wrong purpose. Cyberbullying happens as in people giving insensitive comments, spreading rumors, pretending to be other person in social media, or to intrude someone's privacy. That's all for introduction.
As you can see on the slide, this is the body paragraph 1. The topic sentence is victims experience a lack of acceptance in their peer groups, which result in loneliness and social isolation. There are 3 supporting details to support this body paragraph. First is name-calling and rumors have long been an unpleasant and challenging aspect of adolescent life. It is spreading through smartphones and the rise of social media nowadays that transform where, when, and how bullying takes place. Cyberbullying makes them tend to feel lonely because it may change from online into traditional bullying by their friends. They also tend to feel like they are the victims to everyone. The second point is 32% of teens said that someone spread false rumors about them online based on Pew Research Center in the USA. They have been losing friends because of the fake stories, and girls, more likely than boys, feeling ashamed of people's views on themselves. It makes them feel anxious and try to make social isolation. The last point for this body paragraph 1 is teenagers are also concerned about the negative stigma that could make them quiet. This is one of the examples that show of social isolation that is negative for themselves and others. It could make them feeling lonely within his or her family or friends because of the step of social isolation that they take. Okay, the next slide is body paragraph 2. The topic sentences for this body paragraph 2 is social withdrawal is likely to lead to low self-esteem and various mental disorders. There are 3 supporting details to support the topic sentences in this body paragraph 2. First, the physical and mental health is depending on the victim. They could be experiencing various psychiatric disorders, including low self-esteem, anxiety, feeling sad, feeling embarrassed, depression, anger. Also, it can increase the tendency to violate others and they could commit suicide. The second point is social media use is hugely everyday in teenagers, said Michelle Han, a researcher in pediatrics at the University of Alberta in California. The health effects of this cyberbullying on social media platforms are mostly unknown. Teenagers who are targeted by cyberbullying are not similar to traditional bullying because it is more damaging. Thus, it is leading to many types of mental disorders because they have experienced bullying several times too. The last point for this body paragraph 2 is the online harassment does not begin and end with one specific behavior, and it may affect someone with low self-esteem. Girls are likely to have experienced through various social media platforms or websites. The comparisons of beauty standards are one of the examples that could affect someone's self-esteem. This is because they likely wanted to fit in what has been stated in a beauty standard that mostly they do not know who the writers are.
The slides show, for the body paragraph 3, the topic sentence is cyberbullying can increase the risk of depression and suicide. The supporting details are cyberbullying can make a victim upset and become depressed with the negative words toward them. Next is make the bully victim feels down and not confident about themselves and might act to commit suicide. For example, we can see many of the cyberbullying victims will lose interest or pleasure in most of all normal activities, such as doing their hobbies or anything others do. The worst is they cannot make the right decision in their life, and that's why they think committing suicide is the only way to end their burden. The last is the statistic in Malaysia also said that there are 40% of children who become cyberbullying has caused the total number of depression and suicide people and also has increased over time. These statistics have proved that cyberbullying can increase the risk of depression and suicidal ideation.
Conclusion. Prevention. How to prevent? Awareness is the key to prevent online harassment incidents. How to handle cyberbullying? Do not retaliate. Victims should not blame oneself for being a victim of cyberbullying. Seek help when they feel like they are being cyberbullied. Cyberbullying is a serious issue that needs to be handled. All social media users are entitled to give opinions, but have to be sensible, respectful, and responsible all the time. Done for conclusion.